YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who will be on the show with us today. All right, with us is Ninos. We got Chris Ruffolo, service co-host. It's Wednesdays with Mitch and Big Al McMordie. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. Ninos, McMordie, Ruffolo, Mitch, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, you know, anything going on in this afternoon baseball action?
I had a couple things going on. I had the Milwaukee Brewers, and oh man, that was an interesting affair to say the least. But and I had some soccer action going on as well behind the scenes. What about you, Tony?
No, I stayed away from the morning. If I would have picked one, it would have been the over in the Brewers. I would have just followed the trend with the Reds, going over almost every game here the last 10 of 11. The one push there, it's been a run there of overs for the Reds. And of course, the bats have woken up. Pitching hasn't. And of course, the Dodgers, and again, a no-show here against Pittsburgh. Well, they did overcome a 3-run deficit, but they lose at the end here. Lose 2 of 3 at Pittsburgh. Now they continue with their trip here. But interesting stuff in baseball. We got a good night card with hockey and basketball. So let's get ahead and let's get the drive-thru started. Let's go over here and welcome Al Ninos. I'll show you a find him over at Pick Dogs where he does great work. Al, what's happening?
Well, it's happening. How you doing?
It's doing great, doing great. All right, Al, let's take a look here. We're going to the ice here. A good one tonight here at 7:30 Eastern Time as the Panthers here will host the Capitals on ESPN2. We got the Panthers 240, total 6.5.
Yeah, it's been a fun series to watch. A lot of back and forth here, but to make a long story short, well, both teams are. These are two of the best teams in the league. Obviously, not many bad teams left here at this point, but I just think that Washington has way too much talent to be 2-1 dogs on against anybody really in any spot. I know they're on the road. Florida's been great at home, and but again, I just can't pass up on this number. This was almost a premium play. Almost put it in last night and get a better number today. Sure enough, the number kept creeping up all day long, and still couldn't quite get there as a premium play, but I like the Capitals a lot tonight. I think they come out, and might not be an easy win by any means, but they're definitely a live dog here, and I love the value we're getting on them, so I'll take a little shot on the money line of the Capitals.
All right, we got to the money line here with the Capitals in this one from El Ninos here. Capitals plus 210 here against the Florida Panthers. Of course, you know, you're looking here at this series where it's been, you know, Washington and Florida, Washington, Florida. So it's been kind of zigzag here. And of course, the news here in this one has been the penalty kill here. Here for the Capitals been pretty good. Just no goals here on the power play here for the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, Samsonov has been pretty solid. You know, he led in 2 goals in regulation last game. Unfortunately, he couldn't keep the puck out the net in overtime. But again, you know, that's a close loss, and you know, a game they could have won if just the puck bounced the other way. You know, and yeah, when you lose in overtime, it's always tough because those sudden death games, you know, you can't do much about it once you go down. But again, they were live then. I think they're live again tonight. And again, as I said, plenty of value on them. So give me the Capitals here.
All right, I'll need us here on the Capitals plus 210 against Florida Panthers. This one will have a start time of 7:30 Eastern Time over on ESPN2. All right, Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium here for this evening. We've got, let's get the right number there. We got LA doing great work here at NHL. 2,247 units of profit here for the NHL. That is all documented. Also showing good results here this season in the MLB, over 1,200 units of profit. All right, we've got about, 7 on the board here for Major League Baseball to go here, as well as a couple in NBA, those 3 from NHL. What do you have going on over at the site?
I got a 3-pack with my best bet in each sport. Then you can get... got to play in each of the NBA playoff games. You can get those separately if you want, if you're just looking for one specific one or whatever. But again, always your best bet's always going with the long-term passes or 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right. I get on board here with Al Ninos over at Pick Dogs. Premium seed numbers, 2,247 units of profit in the NHL. That is all documented. You can verify that by going to Ninos' profile page down at the bottom where it says pick history. You can check it all out there tonight over at the site. He does have he puts together his best bets. He calls it his alphabets. He takes his best bet from NBA, MLB, and NHL, puts it into a 3-pack, affordably priced for $40. A lot of individual plays up there from Al, but of course your best value there is getting the long-term pass. His 3, 7, and 30 sports pass will get you all the plays that Al releases there for that period of time you select. When you go to the profile page and you make that purchase from El Ninos, and of course if you had a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Tony. You as well, and have a good one.
You got it. El Ninos here on the drive to. Let's continue here with our coverage with Chris. Hey, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it'll all get started with that morning show at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time during the week. Of course, Mitch will have his 7 picks in 5 minutes, and then his morning show. Various guests on there with Mitch. You'll see Brian Bittler. Occasionally, you'll see Chris Ruffolo on there. When he's able to do it, he'll be there as well. And of course, we got a couple of shows leading up to us with the soccer show. We got Mitch's betting tools show where he puts together picks for all of his betting tools, and we're here at 6 Eastern time with the drive-thru. We always ask for help. Help us build our audience with those likes, Chris. Those really help us out. You're on mute, Chris.
Sorry, I have my dog barking in the background. I didn't want anything bad to happen. So, yeah, like Tony said, we appreciate each and every single regardless of how we get it, whether it's on a video or our live shows. And we appreciate each and every one because it helps Pick Dogs grow. It helps us get out to new and fresh faces. And I mean, realistically, who doesn't love making money, right? We're going to make you a ton of money, including tonight. So if we can get to our like goal of 125, I know it's a smaller card, so we kind of want to help out with the like goal. We can get to 125. I got 3 plays for you that I love for tonight's action. I got an MLB play that I really like, as well as an NHL play and an anytime goal scorer that I think we can make some money with. But we need to get to 125 likes to get there. Currently at 26.
All right, let's get to that 125 like. We'll keep those likes coming in. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's go ahead and welcome in Big Al McMordie. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs, where he's been sitting on top of leaderboards here for 2022, putting up another great season here over at Pick Dogs. So let's go ahead and bring Al in right now. Al, how you doing?
Doing really well, especially since Chris and my Maple Leafs won last night. So that was
nice.
That was fun.
We had some great games, really good games there. We saw the Kings.
Go ahead, Tony.
No, I was going to say we saw
no.
the Kings with a dramatic win there in overtime. We're starting to see some close games now in hockey.
Last night it says I'm rooting for a Maple Leafs Kings so I can go see a game here at Crypto.com Arena. That's
right. Absolutely. We get a game at 6.
We've got a long way. We've got a long way to go for that, to say the least. I'm going to be worrying about tomorrow.
If it happens, Chris, you'll take a trip out here to Los Angeles to watch a game.
Oh yeah, hands down, easily, no question.
It'll be cheaper for the flight and the ticket here than seeing the one in Toronto, right?
Might be.
Of course.
Probably true.
Yeah, 100%. I can tell you, up here, Scotiabank Arena, the Scotiabank's motto is "You're richer than you think." Because if you can afford to go to a game, you're richer than you think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've heard that many times. Many times. All right, here we go. This is a good one tonight at 7 Eastern time on TNT. The Celtics here, the host of the Bucks. Boston 5.5, total 213.
Yeah, Boston's coming off that upset win at Milwaukee. They were a 1.5-point underdog. They won the ball. Like to do in the NBA playoffs is take teams off upset losses if they're tied in a series or if they game. I won't do it if they're down 3-0 or 2-0 or 3-1, but if it's still a close series, down a game or tied, then I will take a team off an upset loss. And going back to 1990, those teams are 248 and 182 ATS, 57.6%. So that's why I like Milwaukee in this ball game. It's tempered by the fact that Milwaukee's awful as an underdog of 2.5 points or more. They're 6 and 21 ATS, the last 27 in that situation. So that's one of the reasons why it's not a premium play, but it's good enough to be, a play here for us to discuss. And I would take Milwaukee plus now it's down to 5. Take Milwaukee plus the 5 points.
Yeah, New York shopping here 5.5, down to 5 in many places now. All right, Chris, your thoughts here on this Bucks team? It's been Holiday who's had back-to-back poor shooting performances. Let's look if he can turn this around.
Yeah, I said it this morning. I said if Drew Holiday shot better than 5 of 22, you hit another 3 or 4 of those shots, we could be talking about a 3-1 series and not a 2-2. And but I still like the Bucks plus the 5.5 as well, because I always thought going into the series, every game in this series should have been priced closer towards a one possession game, and anything above that is just extra value. So I like the Bucks plus the points as well.
Yeah, all agreement here on Bucks plus 5.5 against Boston Celtics. This one to have a start time 7 Eastern time. You can watch it over on TNT. All right, Big Al, let's go over at Pick Dog's Room where you're getting lighting up the board here for 2022. 2,931 units of profit for 2022. All document. You can verify those numbers there when you go to Al's profile page, Al McMordie's, and go down to his profile page to pick history. You'll see every play that he's released up there, showing great performance here for all leagues. NHL in the plus, MLB in the plus. All right, Big Al, we've got 7 games remaining here on the primetime card from baseball, 3 from hockey, 2 from NBA. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, I'm going to pass in the NBA tonight. I've got one baseball play. I'm 16-4 in my last 20 in hockey, 37-21 my last 58 in baseball. Then I should have some basketball tomorrow on a nice 50-28 run in basketball. So folks can go to pickdogs.com, get on board for a week or a month, and team me up with one of the other champion handicappers here and make a lot of money.
That's right. Make a lot of Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here, 2,931 units of profit, all sports here for 2022 documented, showing profit last 30 days, last 7 days, coming off a winning day yesterday. Big Al's NHL Division Game of the Year up right now, 16-4 run. MLB Elite Info winner as well up there from Al. But again, if you prefer the long-term passes, the way Al's running, go for it, man. Get that 1 month all sports here from Big Al McMordie. All of his premium plays here for 1 month. That'll cover you for the NBA playoffs. That'll get you a few games here from up in the NBA Finals, as well as NHL playoffs, MLB for 30 days. So good time to get on board with that 1 month all sports pass. If you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, Big Al, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Although I might actually have to pick up my daughter from school. I'll let you know. But if I can make it, I'll be here tomorrow.
You got it. Big Al McMordie here on the drive to. Let's continue our coverage here with Chris. And now, Chris, where do we sit here with the like goal?
Well, Tony, we're making some early progress on that like goal. We're at 43 likes right now, 74 people watching. So people still filing in. It's a shorter card today on the drive-through, but again, we can still get to 125 likes. We've done it before. We can do that. I got an NHL play that I like for today, as well as an NHL anytime goal scorer and an MLB play. And we'll see if I have to splash the pot to tempt you guys a little bit, but let's keep those likes coming in. We're at 45 likes right now.
45 likes. All right, let's continue on here on the drive through. We'll be looking at this one a different way, will be, Chris. Celtics here hosting the Bucks. 5.5 here, total 213 on TNT. All right, Chris, what do you got?
Tony, I'm going to kind of look at, like you said, at this game a different way. I'm going to look at a player prop, and I'm going to look at Brook Lopez over 17.5 points and rebounds. You can find different numbers across the board depending on your book, so do your shopping. But this has simply been a case of teams throwing a lot of pressure at Giannis and other teams, trying to defend him, and other players like Brook Lopez reaping the benefits. We've seen a ton of pressure on Giannis, and that leaves big men like Brook Lopez to do their damage inside and take full advantage. You look at what Lopez did in games 3 and 4. He had 23 points in rebounds and 24 points in rebounds in each of the, like I said, in the last 2 games. And I think this is just another spot where we have a bit of a price break on Brook Lopez given those numbers. So I got to go with Brook Lopez over 17.5 points and rebounds. I think we're getting a steal of a price in this one.
All right, we got Chris here with his plays. Brook Lopez over 17.5 points and rebounds. The return -120 and on a U.S. sportsbook. Of course, do your shopping because, Chris, right? These numbers can be varied greatly by location. Probably very important here in this segment here is to talk about the importance of having multiple outs.
Oh, 100%. I mean, not just necessarily in terms of number that you're actually betting on. You could see a potential, plus 200 or 300 unit difference between books on the same number, thus forcing you to, if you're going for maximum value, forcing you to go to another book for a higher number. So that's why you definitely have to do your line shopping, like Tony said. I mean, you could get 17.5 at one book, you could get 18.5 somewhere else. It's all about just trying to optimize, minimizing your risk and maximizing your reward.
Now over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, Mitch has a nice odds screen up there, and it gives you a perfect opportunity to compare odds.
Yeah, 100%. And that's not just necessarily for player props. That's for games across the board. There are multiple books you could check out based on state and just who's got the best price. And if you find a price of a book that you're not necessarily with, there's tons of great sports book offers there as well. You can use to get great bonuses as well to help aid in making your bets.
All right, we got Chris here. Brook Lopez over 17.5 points and rebounds, minus 110. This game will have a start time of 7 Eastern time over on TNT. All right, Chris, let's go over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. Of course, you know we got 2 big NBA games, 3 on the ice. We got 7 games remaining in prime time for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, I had my MLB crooked number go off the board earlier today, but we're going to hope to keep the momentum going tonight with my NBA Bookie Buster. Just a great play that I love for tonight in the NBA. $29.95 as a standalone play. Or we always talk about long-term. Check out the long-term packages. 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, all the way up to a year just with me, or you can pair me up with someone else, part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. Any of the great cappers you see on any of our live shows, any of our videos, or on the leaderboards at Pick Dogs. The 3-day obviously gets you tons of playoff action from the NBA and NHL, as well as some MLB. Same thing for the week. The month will get you into the conference finals, potentially into the NBA finals as well, and deep into the NHL playoffs. The year gets you full seasons of all the major sports for around $100 a month. And I still have the season pass up there as well for Major League Baseball. Still around 5.5 months of baseball to be played, sitting around $125 a month for some of the best baseball coverage you can find out there. And I still got the NBA playoff pass up there as well. So check it out. It's all waiting for you over at Pick Dogs Premium. We're going to make you some money.
That's right. Get on board here with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium. NBA Bookie beatdown tonight. He's got a single NBA game up there, so good time to get on board here with Chris over at Pick Dogs Premium with his bookie breakdown from the NBA. He also has, as he mentioned, those long-term passes, those 3, 7, or 30 all sports passes. You get all those plays here for that period of time. You select when you go over to his profile page and make that purchase. You want to try them out for 7 days. Why not? We still have a lot of NBA games here, a lot of these series 2-2s as well as the ice. So we're going to be looking at a lot of action for this week and into the weekend. And so that 7-day pass would be a great way to go with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also include his 7 days of baseball. And then following that 7 days, you can reassess everything. Maybe go longer term beyond that. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-thru joined by Chris. Now, Chris, what do we say with our like goal?
Well, we're at 123 people watching right now, 62 likes. So we're just about at that part of the show, and I'll pretty much say it where if everybody that was watching right now just clicks the like button and doesn't cost you a cent, it'll help us reach our like goal of 125 likes. For, like I said, you'll get an MLB play for tonight, as well as an NHL play and an anytime goal scorer play as well. And you know what? Try to get the likes coming in. We can get to 125 likes. I kind of got an NBA player prop as well. It's kind of a bit of a lottery ticket. I'm seeing it plus 1450 on a one prop bet tonight. So if we can get to that like goal, I'll throw that in there as well.
All right, let's keep those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue on here with the drive-thru. Now it's time to bring in Mitch. You'll find Mitch over at Pick Dogs. Of course, he does that great morning show. Let's go ahead and bring in Mitch right now. Mitch, how's it going?
It's going, definitely, just hanging in there and watching my Diamondbacks money go right down the toilet here as fast as you could say Mark Melanson.
Oh, goodness, yeah, exactly. No question about that. Yeah, it was
3-3 in the top of the 9th inning. They give up 8 runs.
Wow. They destroys all the unders as well out there. And a game that looked like a pitching matchup with their stud on the mound. It did not go well for them so far. All right, Mitch, we'll look at one tonight here, 7:40 Eastern time. Twins here hosting the Astros. Astros $1.22, total 8.5.
I just see Chris Archer's name, and I just can't help but fade him. It's just something that I've been doing for quite some time, and maybe it's just a habit. But some habits are hard to break, and for good reason, because Chris Archer rarely delivers. The thing about the Astros is they haven't been scoring the runs that we've seen them score in past years. I don't know if it's the ball or what the case may be. Could be losing Correa, from the lineup. Could have something to do with it as well. But at the same time, the Astros, they continue to just find a way to keep winning. Meanwhile, the Twins coming off.
Sorry to cut you there, Mitch. You're getting some distortion feedback on your mic. Is it rubbing against something, your mic?
No, how about now?
Yeah, it's still getting a lot of distortion there.
All right, let's try that. How about now?
Now? Yes, okay. Go ahead. We lost the distortion. It's okay, I guess. Try it now.
Wait, how about now?
Still getting the distortion.
All right. All right, how about now?
Again, go ahead, talk again. I can't tell because you have to talk. Anytime you speak, we get the distortion.
Okay, let me see what
Let's see. Mitch is going to try and get that corrected here. Tell you what, while Mitch is working on the audio, we'll go switch over to my game here. Wait, maybe he's got it now. Let's see. Let's see. Probably he's gonna sign out and sign back in again. So we'll just hang tight here for Mitch as well. Mitch will attempt to sign in again. Chris, as we'll continue on here on the drive-through here. Chris, of course, let's just give a like update. What we got, Mitch is signing back in again.
Oh, we got 79 likes right now, 117 people watching. So again, we need about 45 more likes.
Now it's good.
There we go.
There we go. Let's go turn it back to Mitch.
Turn it off. Turn it back on. Sorry about that, everybody out there. So what I was saying is that, is basically the Astros haven't been hitting this season, but we've seen them recently, just kind of finding other ways to win. They are a good team, and, why they're not hitting, it could be the ball. It could be Correa, not part of the lineup. There's a number of reasons, but they continue to find ways to win. And I think against Chris Archer, they find a way to win. Last night, the Twins basically handed them the game, and it didn't matter because Verlander was going to take it anyways.
Yeah. But so Mitch, you're on the Astros. Yeah, Chris, it's kind of like we talked about last year, kind of doing things the Rays win, where you kind of focus on run prevention. Their pitching staff has been outstanding.
Yeah, it has been for sure, and that's, like you said, Tony, that's why they've had to win a lot of ugly games this year. They sometimes don't ask how, they ask how many and how many wins you got. But I'm still leaning towards the over here. I think Chris Archer is due to get teed off on a little bit, and Jose Urquidy has had moments this year where he's been blown up himself, and I think 8.5 is low even for the Astros and Twins. I think we get into double digits with this one.
Yeah, looking there at double digits. Yeah, one thing that always worries me, Mitch, here with some of these pitches, and I don't know if you ever look at these advanced numbers like FIP, which pretty much is really what they would say is your ERA if you held your numbers, if your numbers stayed consistent. Of course, Archer an ERA 3.6, but his numbers are pointing to an ERA of 5.76 if his numbers stay consistent the way they're going right now.
He's just not a good player, and it's like I think that the Twins aren't quite ready to be a dominant team yet either. I think that's part of the problem too. So I think we're seeing some good things out of the Twins, but we're also seeing some signs that it might not hold up either. Yep. And Joe Ryan can't find the plate. It's just going to feed its way all the way down to the rest of the pitching staff. Mark Melanson just is. My guess is he's going to get cut after this game.
All right, we got Mitch here on the Astros minus 122 against the Twins. This one will have a start time here of 7:40 Eastern time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Mitch, why don't you give us the update here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, and of course the bidding tools, as you said, is ongoing process. You keep adding more and more features.
Yep. Last week we added DraftKings to the player props, and we'll have more ads as well. I'm telling you that the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to add, number one, a parlay builder where you can build your own parlays, kind of the same way that we have the parlay best parlay tool. It'll be the same, but it'll be a build your own parlay type tool. And then the other is that we'll be adding soccer, European football, however you want to call it. We'll be adding that to the betting tools as well, and that will add a lot more content too. So we have all of that plus much, much more. We're also going to reconfigure some things on the betting tools. To me, that would make it more logical. Like when you go to the players tab, instead of it defaulting to injuries, I think it should default to the props first.
Absolutely, Mitch. Have you done any adjustment here with the MLB handicap as we've seen sort of this dead ball era right now? And we're not seeing the ball. I've attended a few live games myself. I'm noticing the ball hit the bat does not travel as fast as it did last year.
No, I just think that what we're seeing is just a lot more of the same. And even though we're now 30 games into the season, so 20%, almost 20% done already. I think it's still just very, very wide open, and I think I'm just going to continue to fade the very big favorites. And and that's a strategy that I've been using for a very long time. This Dodgers-Pirates series just shows you, there's gold in them there hills. It's like we knew going into this game we couldn't lose money on this series because we had won game one, and we were already plus 208 for that game. Worst case scenario, we make $8. Best case scenario was today, where it was just an absolute clobbering by the Pittsburgh Pirates, dominating from start to finish in this one. It seems to me that the Dodgers, the top end of the rotation holds up. The rest of it, I'm not so sure. I just think that soon the Yankees should be falling right into our laps as well.
What do you make so far of these NBA playoffs, the strength of these home courts?
It's been pretty amazing to see. I know we had a commenter this morning that says we had a commenter this morning that was saying, that like Memphis, that the fix was in for Memphis, but it's like you would think that if the fix was in, it would be for Golden State, right? The fourth biggest TV market out there. So I think the TV market size, if there is any monkey business, you would think it would go in that direction. I'm not 100% convinced.
Yeah, and of course, so your thoughts, from you spent a lot of time in Miami. Your thoughts so far of this Miami run here in the playoffs, overall?
Well, I think the Heat, are certainly, they finished the regular season with the best record in the East, so it's not surprising to me that they're continuing that run through the playoffs. They weren't 100% as a team throughout the regular season either, and a lot of these other teams, they were missing this guy, missing this guy, missing this guy. The Heat were missing a player all season long, just like everybody else, and I think adding Victor Oladipo, we've seen that he hasn't been called upon too often, but when he has been, he's been a factor. He's been a big factor. He was a factor in the closeout game in the opening series. He was a factor in the last game of the season when the Heat rested all their players. He scored 40 points. He certainly can do it, just not, every night. And kind of reminds me when the Boston Celtics signed Bill Walton many years ago, where they just, they knew they were going to get, 10, 15 really, really good minutes of this guy. And that's all they really needed from him at most, because they had Robert Parrish, who was the starter. And it was nice that this was the guy that came off the bench with that, you're going to get 12 minutes of the, of a player. It's not a bad 12 minutes to get. Unfortunately, it wasn't because he was, fortunately, not because he would get beat out for the spot, but because that's what his body could do at this point in his career.
You think spring football, that's the end of the line here for spring football?
I didn't see there's been any news on it, but I'll tell you, I have not seen 1 second of one game, and I wouldn't even know where to watch it if I wanted to.
Yeah, it's
have they canceled the season?
No, they're still playing it out, but it's kind of been there's been no conversation on what's at all about it, and I don't know. It's difficult to see what the future holds for, especially now with the rise in popularity of the NBA.
If there's a major sport going on and it's like, and I don't know about it, and I don't even know when the games are or anything like that, then I would tell you that it's probably not thriving.
Who's your Preakness horse?
I'm not sure yet. I got to see who's who's going to run. I think Messier certainly sets up for that type of horse, but I don't know if he's going to go.
Yeah, we'll see who goes.
I had in the Derby, all of my horses kind of were there, were in the race, but none of them actually won the race.
The funny thing, if you look at Richard Strike's win at Churchill Downs, go back and watch his claiming race a year ago. I think it was his second race. He was in a claimer. Did the same thing. He made up a bunch of ground, took the inside route, won by 15 lengths. Might have been a horse for a horse.
I don't know one person that had him.
No.
I don't know one person that had him.
No one.
I know probably in the YouTube comments people have them the next day, but I didn't see one person say 21. Not one.
No, it was amazing right there. All right, Mitch.
It was amazing to me that Jerry Bailey was floored by the win when he had ridden, the biggest upset winner of all time, right? And he was floored by the magnitude of the upset. And Arkong,
I was there.
He was the jockey on Arkong.
I was at Santa Anita I remember I was at Santa Anita that day. Arkong wins. I hear Durkin say 99-1. So at first I look back at the crowd. I don't see one person cheering at all. Not one.
Yeah,
usually when a long shot hits, there's someone screaming and hollering. I did not see one person at all make noise when Arkong won.
Yeah, that's how it is. It's like when my wife hits those supers and those tries, it's like usually there's nobody cheering. It is super quiet. A very short line to cash your ticket too.
All right, Mitch. Anything you'd like to add here before I let you go?
No, I just think I like the direction things are going. Chris Ruffolo also back in the mornings. He's doing mornings. He's doing evenings. Soon it'll be the overnight guy as well. It'll just be all Ruffolo all the time. It's like, we've been able to, it's been able to carry it so far, and we'll have to see how it goes. we'll have a lot of new things as the summer progresses and as we continue on with our new partners on the betting tools and all of these other things. We have some really cool other stuff that's going to be coming up as well, stuff that we've never done before. And if we've never done it before, it just means it's never been done before. So we're really excited about it. And, as usual, our competitors will react, but it's going to take them a couple of years, on that. So we're not overly concerned. And, we're also at our websites, we're going to be ramping up our content considerably on the prop betting as well as other things. We're going to do not just articles, game previews. We're also going to do prop previews for every single game out there. So we'll see how that goes. And we have other stuff too. So more and more content. We were the first ones to do the free pick on every game every day, and people thought I was crazy then. So now they're going to really think I'm nuts.
A free prop on every game.
When we're doing 30 articles a day and 50 articles a day and 60 articles a day, what are they going to say when I start doing 200?
Wow. There you go. Oh, it's computer generated. It's a computer generated. That's why. No, not at all. Right? Not at all.
Not at all. We've got.
That's it. You can tell the difference.
People that are like machines.
Well, you put this. You see the picture of the riders on there, so it's different. Who's riding this stuff.
Definitely, going to be some good stuff.
Yeah, looking forward to a great summer and heading into the football season, and we start it all over again. It's not too far away in the distance line here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm ready to keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling.
But next week I probably will not be on the show, so I might have to go on a different day. I definitely want to be on the show, but I might have to go on Tuesday or Monday or something.
Very good. We switch you around. All right, Mitch. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And then
actually, I will be able to make it. I'll make it. I will be able to make it. Forget it. I will be on Wednesday. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.
All right. See you Wednesday. Mitch here on the drive through. All right. Let's continue on here with Chris. Now, Chris, what do we sit with our like goal?
So we're at, let me see, we'll just scroll down. 119 likes we need. About 6 more, and then we can get to our goal. Like I said, we'll get you some plays during the recap. An MLB play that I like, an NHL play, as well as an NHL anytime goal scorer prop. And I'm going to splash the pot with I'll call it an NBA lottery ticket. I think it's a massive plus money payout for one play for tonight's action. So we need about 4 more likes to get there.
4 more likes to get there. Keep those thumbs up coming in, and we'll get that for you. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now it's time for my play. We're going to be looking at this Braves and Red Sox game. The Braves $1.20 total sits here at 8. Let me just verify there hasn't been any pitching changes. I always freak out on that. Nope, it'll be Eovaldi and Anderson. And my pick in this one is going to be on the Red Sox here at plus 110 here against the Atlanta Braves. And in looking at this one, it's just a situation here where Ian Anderson has an issue with his control, and it's hard for me to back a pitcher that is looking at double-digit walks. It's especially in a favorite role here. Let me just go ahead and pull up his numbers here. Anderson 5 stars, ERA of 4, WHIP of 1.38, but he's seen a dip in his strikeouts. His walk rate now is at 14%. Now, Eovaldi, his numbers have been pretty good here. ERA 2.94, WHIP is 1.07, 26% strikeout, 4.4% walks. Yeah, there's going to be a blemish here. He has been hurt by the home run 2 per 9 innings, but I'll take those numbers over Anderson, Chris. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Red Sox in this game.
Yeah, Tony, I was looking at that game, and I'm not an AD Eovaldi fan by any stretch. My concern with Eovaldi is that he's allowed 8 home runs in his 6 starts, and the only one he didn't was against the Baltimore Orioles, and it was a game that the Red Sox still lost, and I just haven't been all that impressed with the Red Sox this season. It's probably a stay-away spot for me in this one, but I think I would actually lean towards maybe the over. I think the offenses are waking up, and I think we get it here.
Chris, overall, on the Red Sox are plus 110 against the Braves. This one will have a start time of 7:20 Eastern time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. And the Ohtani Show will be the TV game on Fox 1 tonight. All right, guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium. I have a 3-pack, my 2 best bets from baseball with an NBA play together in a 3-pack. My baseball has been really good, approaching 1,000 units of profit over at Pick Dogs for the year. So, guys, follow me up there. Get on board with a long-term pass. It's 3, 7, and 30-day all sports pass. Your best value there over at Pick Dogs. Of course, you can add a second capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value. So you can match me with Chris, with Mitch, with El McMordie, with El Ninos, with Rod Zawacki. Any of the cappers up there over at Pick Dogs, match me up with that 2-point cap promotion. Your best value there. All right, let's continue on here with the show. Chris, now where do we sit with our like goal?
Well, it's funny, we've just make sure we have it. There we go. We're at 132 likes. So thank you guys for helping us reach our goal, and we'll get you the plays during the recap.
All right, let's get right to recap. Chris will join me here on the recap. We started with El Ninos. He said take the Capitals plus 210 against the Panthers. El McMordie, Bucks plus 5.5 against the Heat. Chris says Brook Lopez over 17.5 points and rebounds and return minus 110. Shop your books, get the best possible numbers on both the total number there and on the odds. So you're going to have to really do your shopping there, especially with these type of props. Mitch was on Astros minus 122 against the Twins, and yours truly Red Sox plus 110 against the Braves. All right, Chris, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
It's funny. I've got to really sort of try to contain my excitement here, but I'm going to go with Al. You know, we were happy about the Leafs yesterday. I think we might be happy about the Bucks tonight. I like Milwaukee plus the 5.5. Like I said, I think every game in that series should be lined as a one possession game.
Yeah, it looks tight to me there. I'll go. I like the Bucks defense. Give me the Bucks here plus 5.5 against the Heat. All right, we got to our like goal, Chris. Here are the picks.
Yeah, and you know, Tony, this was a bit of a difficult one for me, but I really like the under between the Angels and the Rays. I know these are two teams that are swinging hot bats right now, but they are also boasting two starting pitchers for tonight's matchup that have been absolutely outstanding this season. Shane McClanahan allowed two earned runs or less in 4 of his 6 starts this year, and we're really sort of seeing McClanahan step up into that starter's role. He's really developing very, very well for the Rays. And I think he has a shot to keep the Angels down. But I also think that Shohei Ohtani is going to shut down the Rays tonight. He's coming off an 11 strikeout performance where he threw 99 pitches, 81 of those for strikes. And I think that's going to be a bit of a pitcher's duel there. So I like the under 6.5. If you want to, buy it up to 7 so that you get the extra half run that could cover you with a push just in case. But I like the under there. The NHL play, I'm going to go with the over 6. Maybe 6.5. Again, do your line shopping in the Pittsburgh Penguins and New York Rangers matchup. The last couple games, we've seen Pittsburgh break this total on their own. Not sure we see it again tonight, but again, I think we get to at least 7 goals in what should be another entertaining, high-scoring game. And my anytime goal scorer is going to come from that game as well. I think if the New York Rangers are going to have any chance at survival tonight to fight for another day, Chris Kreider is going to get on the score sheet tonight. I'm looking for Chris Kreider as an anytime goal scorer. I was seeing it at plus 125. For a guy that scored 52 goals this year, I think he could have a major impact, especially when more than half of those came on the power play. And if you see the Rangers get a man advantage, don't be surprised if Kreider finds the back of the net. And my NBA lottery ticket, well, I did a little bit of digging. And I'm going back to my play where I was talking about Brook Lopez. I'm going to go with Brook Lopez to have a double-double tonight. 2 of the 4 games in this series, Lopez has had at least 10 rebounds. He's put up double-digit scoring in back-to-back games as well. He had a double-double in Game 3. And if you want an example of what Tony and I were talking about doing your shopping, this is where you want to do it. Because I've seen one book had this Brook Lopez have a double-double at plus 950. I locked it in at plus 1450. So you got to do your line shopping. But Brook Lopez to get a double-double, I think, is a definite live big plus money play tonight. So those are going to be your plays. The under in Tampa Bay and the Los Angeles Angels. The over 6 in Pittsburgh and the New York Rangers. Chris Kreider is an anytime goal scorer, and Brook Lopez to have a double-double.
All right, thanks, Chris, for the picks. Of course, the audience out there for your contributions with those likes, those thumbs up, and this very good conversation you're having in there in the chat when we follow it all. We thank you again for joining us here on the drive-thru. Be sure to join us again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have 8 cappers booked on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the games in prime time. Don't forget, it all gets started every day, Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch, his morning show. You'll see Chris on there as well as Brian. Of course, the 2 shows leading up to us. We've got the soccer show with Goran. We have the Mitch's betting tools show, and as well as us coming here at 6 each time. So make sure you like and subscribe. All right, let's bring in our crew here from tonight's show. We'll go ahead and let me see. I got to find the 5 shot. Don't use this one very often. Make sure we